Hey friends, halfway through 2026, I think it's insane, and I think it's as good a time as ever in this monthly coaching video to talk about 3 time-wasting activities that I find almost every agent, regardless of level of production or experience, finds themselves falling into the trap of. Because most of us don't really have the time management problem that we might think we do, and what we actually have is a problem with our decision management. We're running around with super busy calendars and super packed calendars, and we think we're important and we're moving in the right direction, when what that full calendar really says is we've gotten way too good at saying yes and saying yes to all the things all the time. So let's look at some ways that we can get back the control of our decisions and the control of that time and stop wasting our most precious commodity. Now, the first trap that I see agents fall into is constantly changing their activities, and we can go in more than one direction with that. I'm going to go really just granular with it right now, and that is literally it is a Thursday, and we are over here. We're emailing for 1 or 2 emails, then we text 3 people, then we start making some phone calls, then we go back into social media, then we go back to email. It's insane. And every time we move from one type of activity into another, whether you realize it or not, you are costing yourself minutes attempting to refocus into something new. I want you to start batching your activities. Give yourself 30 minutes here to deal with email. Give yourself 30 minutes, an hour here to deal with text, to deal with phones. Give yourself 45 minutes over here to work on social media. Give you this, like, let's take all the things that we're doing intertwined all day long and separate them out. And I know that if you've never done it before, you're probably thinking that that's unrealistic, but I'm telling you from the other side of insanity that it is. You can do this. And yeah, you'll have moments, it won't be perfect, but you will be way less fatigued by making all those different decisions constantly if you start batching things together. So like goes with like, we are going to take control of our time. We're going to hone in on one thing at a time and get the benefit of that. Now, the second trap, and this is, boy, talk about one that's universal, is perfectionism. We're spending 45 minutes coming up with the perfect social media post, and we're spending an hour over here in Canva because we need this done, and we're agonizing over what we're going to put on the front page of that listing presentation, and what am I going to say to that agent that's got, like, we make ourselves crazy. And what you've got to keep in mind is that that need to be perfect is wildly expensive, and done actually brings you a paycheck. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't certain times that we need to slow down and be a little bit more careful with what we do, but we give way too much time to way too many things when in fact we can just get ourselves moving. Okay. So, what's something I want you to keep in mind is that your clients, your sphere, none of them are grading your work. They're not looking for every misspelling. They're not saying, oh my gosh, that one social media post was not as informative or funny as the last, so I'm going to unfollow this person. Now, a stranger might do that, but who the heck cares? Nobody in your world that matters is going to care if you're perfect or not. And I air quote it because you're not going to be perfect, right? So let's drop that and let's get things done when things need to be done. One of my favorite old bold laws is all work expands to fill the time allowed. And sometimes we have more time to get closer to perfect. And sometimes we have the decision to make of, are we going to get X done or are we going to not? And if it's a money making activity, if it's something important, we're going to get it done, whether it's perfect or not. Now, the third of the 3 things is getting lost in low dollar activities. If you find yourself doing something and it feels like a time suck, it probably is. And I want you to ask yourself, would I pay somebody $100 an hour to do insert whatever thing it is that you're doing? And if you can't easily answer yes, then I don't know why you're doing it. Because whatever market you're in, I'm going to tell you right now, your dollar per hour wage is for sure at least $100 an hour. And for many of you watching this, it is far more than that. So why would we be doing that? Why are we designing the flyer? Why are we reorganizing XYZ? Why are we getting lost in some research rabbit hole that somebody else could do? We've got to start looking at the things that we're doing and ask, am I the only one that can do this? And if the answer is no, that somebody else could be doing it and you wouldn't pay somebody your dollar per hour average to do it, then you need to get it off of your plate and get it to something, someone, somewhere else. We've got to start looking for solutions rather than fighting for our limits. And so, what I would challenge you to do with this one, I'm going to give you homework on this third one because this is an easy, tangible thing. When you get off this video right now, I want you to come up with 10 to 15 things that you do every week, week in, week out. Excuse me. 10 to 15 things. And I want you to come up with 3 columns to put those things in. Keep, delegate, delete. Take those 10 to 15 items, put them in the appropriate column, and do something about it. If it's a keep, you know what to do. If it's a delegate, who could do this for you? Is it someone that already exists? Is it leverage that you need to create? Do you need to get outside the box? It's real easy to say, well, someone else could do this, but I don't know who. A smart growth-minded person's going to slow down long enough to figure out the who. Delete, get rid of it. Be done. It was a time filler. It was a busy thing. We don't need that. The goal here is not to get busier. The goal here is to make yourself more expensive so that you can go out and earn more money and do the things that you got that license to do. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know what you need help delegating or figuring out. And I can't wait to see you take better control of your time in the second half of 2026.